It's raining again. You're not the only ones getting bored of car videos.
Good afternoon, folks. I've actually tried filming this video once already, but I waffled on quite a lot. Nobody would really want to listen to it, and there was an incident with a cat as well.
Quite a while, if I'm honest with you. Don't eat my lav, Mike. Leave it. No. Get off.
But I'm going to try again, much shorter this time. Basically, trying to explain why I now have two Lumix G9s, one here, one there, and do you need two cameras or not? Let's get to it. So, do you need two cameras? It depends. Yeah, that's my best answer really. It does depend. If you're a working professional, absolutely yes. So let's get out of the way. The main reason as a professional that you'll want two cameras is what if one breaks? It's redundancy. It's the same reason that I always shoot on two cards. Say I'm shooting a wedding, I'll take along my trusty G9, and halfway through the ceremony I drop it right onto the church floor, shatters to pieces. I can't just say, "I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, congratulations, hope you have a nice day." That's not going to cut it. They've paid you, hopefully, a lot of money to cover their special day, which presumably isn't going to happen again. It's just a one-off event in their life, and they're paying you to cover it. So, having a spare body and lenses as well, that means that even if I break one camera completely, I can still carry on. I can get the job done. That way, there's no time wasted, there's no money wasted. A camera may be wasted, but you can still get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's what the client is paying you for. If you have to back out completely from a wedding, you're just not able to do it, word's going to get around, there may well be lawsuits involved. And nobody wants that. That is not good for business. So, another reason to have two cameras is, as I've done many times on this channel, is having specific purposes for cameras. So, I'm using one right now for photos, I'm using the other for video. So I can have one setup with a microphone, external monitors if I want to use it, whatever lenses I'm wanting to use for video, and then completely separately and ready to go, I've got my other still shooter with whatever lenses I need, all just good to go at any point. Another variant of that, I suppose, is say if you're just shooting video, you can have one A camera just rolling on your main subject, while you're also capturing on your B camera B-roll. That means that you're not having to stop and start recording, you're not missing anything, and you can seamlessly switch from cut to cut. And then another way that I've used it before is, say if I'm shooting stills on the main camera, then I can have my little camera, whether it was my other G9 or my GX8 or the CZ90 before that, I can have the other one just sat to one side shooting a time lapse. I can just leave that one there doing its thing while I'm doing my other thing. Now, when I've been doing weddings, for example, a really good use of having two stills cameras is dedicated lenses. So I can, for example, have one camera with, at the moment I've got 12-35, i.e. a 24-17 full frame terms. That's a good all-round lens, basically. You could probably get through most of the day with that. But then I can have the other camera with either a 50mm prime or a wide angle or even telephoto, especially for when you're at the back of a church during the ceremony. You can be switching to that telephoto lens when you're right at the back of the room, getting a nice tight shot. Because let's be honest, none of us really like switching lenses on the fly, especially in a rush. And if we're not having to do that, we're also not going to be missing shots, literally just switching straight from one camera to the other. And then finally, another good reason I think for having two cameras. I mean, at the moment I've got 3, so in this case I'd mainly be shooting on a G9, but then say with my older, smaller Lumix GX8, I picked it up pretty cheap as well, and I would not be as afraid of it breaking or losing it. Granted, I wouldn't really like it to break or get lost, but I wouldn't be as afraid to try and get that riskier shot. Say if you're doing a landscape, or I don't know, you're on the edge of a cliff or something like that, really high winds. I may be quite nervous about leaving this setup on a tripod. Say if I'm doing the time lapse or whatever. But with the little GX8, you know, I might give it a go. And I think as long as you get the footage that you're after, it's up to you to decide whether it's worth it or not. But it's certainly less pressure on you rather than breaking your nice camera. So do you need a second camera? It does depend. So as I say, if you're a working professional, absolutely yes. You don't need to have 2 identical high-end cameras to start with. I mean, these things are expensive. Granted, the G9 is not the most expensive camera, especially now it's been out for a good year or so. But say if you had spent loads of money on a really nice, I don't know, Nikon Z7 or Canon 5D Mark IV, they're superb cameras. Nobody makes bad cameras anymore, let's be honest. But especially to start with, say if you got the 5D Mark IV, it might be worth you getting, I don't know, maybe picking up a 80D or something like that. Something in the same camera system, using the same lenses and whatnot, but a lot cheaper, still a functioning camera. Even the cheapest cameras now, you get a good image from them if you know how to use it. So just having that in the bottom of your bag, in the boot of the car, as a backup, you know, it could well save a job. You may well get those epic shots that you were maybe too hesitant to get before. And yeah, if you want to start a YouTube channel, you're going to need that second camera. It's taken me quite some time to get to this stage where I've actually got 2 identical professional cameras, but even before now I've had either just the G9 and my smaller GX8 as a backup. Sun's coming out. Or even just when I was shooting on Nikon still, I still had the GX8 as a backup if I needed it. Even just with a kit lens, it's something. If you're just an amateur, just a hobbyist photographer, you don't need 2 cameras. I mean, if your camera breaks or anything, you're not really losing any income or anything. It's always nice to have 2 cameras, just one as a backup. But like I say, just get another cheap one in the same system, even just a little point and shoot kind of thing, which again would be even better maybe than your 5D or something for if you're going into the city for the day, want to do some street photography. You know, these little cameras, they do a superb job, and it's another tool in your kit. So I'll leave that with you. Hope it's, I don't know, of some use to you. Maybe if you're just thinking of getting a second camera, whether you need it or not, and what use you may actually get out of it. Like I say, you don't need to spend tons of money getting all high-end gear. Even cheap cameras now, they're good pieces of kit. So I'm going to sign off there. as per my previous video, I am currently working on my Camera Basics series. Aperture is mentioned in there. So I hope to be rolling those out in the near future. So if you're interested in that, hit subscribe, hit the like button if you liked it as well, hit the dislike button twice if you fancy, and yeah, leave me a comment if you're curious about anything. I'm always happy to chat about my work and camera stuff, basically. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you then.